Hello, students, teachers, parents, history nerds. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nutshelled History, where we lay out the facts, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We start our American government series by looking at the principles of government. You can find a fill-in-the-blank worksheet that goes along with this video in the description down below. Okay, let's go. The first thing that we have to do is to figure out what the heck government is. Government is the institution through which a society makes and enforces its public policies, all those things that government decides to do. Every government has three kinds of power. First, there's legislative power, or the power to establish law. Then there's executive power, or the power to execute and enforce the law. And finally, there's judicial power, or the power to interpret laws and settle disputes. These powers are often, but not always, outlined in a constitution, the body of laws that sets out a government's structure, principles, and processes. Throughout the history of the world, there have been many different kinds of governments, ranging from ruthless dictatorships to direct democracies. In a dictatorship, one person or a small group may exercise all the powers of government. In a democracy, supreme authority over government rests with the people. Power to the people. The world's dominant political unit is the state, a body of people living in a defined territory, often called a nation or country. I know it can seem confusing because we have 50 states and California is not a country. In most of the world, states are considered countries. What we will learn in a future video is that when America won its independence from England, we kind of considered ourselves to be the United Countries of America, but it didn't work out that well. Anyway, every state has four characteristics: population, territory with recognized boundaries, government, and sovereignty. Sovereignty is a fancy way of saying that you have absolute power within your boundaries. You have the final say. There are four theories for the origin of the state. The first theory says that one person or a small group claimed control over an area and forced all within it to submit to that person or group's rule. According to those that believe the evolutionary theory, the state developed naturally out of the early family of which one person was a leader and therefore the government. The theory of the divine right of kings held that God created the state and that God gave those of royal birth a divine right to rule. According to the social contract theory, people gave up to the state some freedoms in order to promote the safety and well-being of all, and the state created a government to exercise the powers given to it. I think that they all happened throughout history at different places at different times. What are the goals of government? Well, our Constitution dictates the goals of our government. The preamble to the U.S. Constitution describes the goals of the United States federal government. It says that our government should form a more perfect union, or keep the states working together, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, or keep order, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty. In my blessings of liberty, do some recap time. Government keeps order by putting into place public policy. Every government has legislative, executive, and judicial powers. That is, it can make laws and make you obey them, hopefully in a fair manner. While we consider California a state, for this context, let's say that states are nations. And there are some theories about the origin of the state. I'm grandpa, so I'm in charge. I'm in charge and I force you to obey me. God put me in charge. Or everyone put me in charge because it makes us all safer. Our preamble, which you may have had to memorize in the past, describes the goal of our beautiful government. There you have it, folks. That is Principles of Government Nutshelled. Thanks for stopping by Nutshelled History. Don't forget to like and subscribe. What theory would you use to be put in charge? Let us know in the comments down below.